terrible at this, honestly. There we go. Welcome to Lilies, Quietus of the Nights. This is by far one of my favourite games. It only lasts for a couple hours if you really speed through it, but oh my goodness. No. Goodbye. Sorry about that, I just had someone in my chat that was not permitted. Yeah, this is my favourite game. Turn the audio. Yes, I am using a Steam controller for this because that's just what I prefer to use. Now, I have played this game before. I've 100%ed this game, as you can see. But today we are going to be creating a new save, because honestly I just love this game and I want to share it with you guys. The best way I can describe this game is Hollow Knight meets Bloodborne. It has got amazing music and just beautiful artwork. At last we meet. Yes, this is us. This is we. I can hardly believe it, yet here you are, alive and well. Can you hear my voice? Not gonna lie, that looks a little painful. That thing in the forehead. Looks like it's been embedded in there. It is we! We are awake! You seem to be awake, and none the worse for wear. Aren't we cute? Did I frighten you? Yeah, big scary nightman. You can thank the priestess for my incorporeal form. Do you remember what fate befell this land? No. Yeah, we have no memories. We are an amnesiac. So you've lost your memories as well. Let us be rid of this place for now. It may be best for you to see the state of things outside for yourself. Yes, this is the start of the game. We can... Now, as I have played this before, I have access to other things. I usually turn off the contact damage because I just prefer not to. If you have issues with that, then that's your problem. Yeah. And off we go. But yeah, this is just an absolutely gorgeous game. I cannot suggest this enough. Do not be afraid. Wield my power as your own. You seem more than capable. Yeah, we can dodge. We quite literally just throw ourselves to the ground. And then we can use our knight friend to attack. As he gets stronger, we will unlock more of the attack chain. It's got 5 attacks in total, but yeah. No spoilers for anyone who happens to have played this before. I'm going to do my best not to spoil anything. Like I said, I cannot recommend this game enough, because it's not something that you can grind it for hours and hours if you want to. But I honestly just love to play this game. I can't. Not to mention the OST is absolutely gorgeous. The OST actually makes for really good sleep music. But yeah, the level design, the enemy design, it's all just so unique. And I don't know what kind of animation this is. I know I've done stuff with it before, but I can't remember what it's specifically called. Oh, look at all the bodies in the background and the foreground. Elaine's letter. Dear Sigrid, I want you to deliver the amulet unto that white priestess. It's a necklace I bestow upon all priestesses, but I've imbued it with a blessing. I'm certain the ward will protect her from the threat of the blighted. Wards can be broken and restored, but that is something only a priestess can manage. I count on you to see this through. Yours, Elaine. Our first bit of lore. Ah yes, this is where we get the menu. We don't have any other spirits aside from the Umbral Knight as of right now. No relics. Yes, we have our heals where we can pray and restore our health. We can jump once. Frail Lily's jump. She's so cute. She evades with a great deal of effort. We can only paddle across the top of water right now. And yeah, we have 2 sets of spirits, and we can swap between them. You can't quite see it because I'm blocking it, but I think I'll actually move myself over. There we go. That's better. Now you can see it. But yes, you can switch between the 2 sets. So you can have 6 in total. Very nice. There's lots of breakables. The breakables are very important. You want to get them as much as possible, because you'll find stuff inside them, like this. Part of an amulet worn by a white priestess, the tiny shattered fragment still glows with a faint light. Yes, this is absolutely amazing. There's a surprising amount of lore to this as well. On the blighted, as the mind, body and soul of those afflicted with the blight is consumed, rot spreads throughout. This rot possesses superb regenerative properties, granting undying flesh. The link between mind and body is cut in time, and the host is driven purely by the wrath of the blight. But yeah, that's what I said when it's like Hollow Knight meets Bloodborne. There's this blight going around. How dare you? Let us rest a spell. There's a blight that's going around that's turning everyone into zombies, basically. And this is kind of the Bloodborne aspect, where you've got these respites, which will call forth all of the defeated enemies, except for, obviously, the bosses. This will also get our prayers back, and we'll save our game. This is just the cutscenes. I'll play the prologue at the end, just so that you guys can see it. But yeah, the Blightborn modes is just the little thing I messed with in the beginning. Yeah, we don't need to mess with that anymore. As you can see, this is blocked. However, if you move here... Aha! Yeah, so there's a bit of a puzzle aspect to it as well, because there are some things that are hidden. On the Blighted too. There are Blighted whose minds do not fade. This is no saving grace, however, as it is said that they must endure an eternity of pain and suffering. The miracle of the White Priestess is the only true salvation for those who come to be cursed with the Blight. Yes, we are a White Priestess, which is quite obvious. We are the only person capable of bringing salvation to those who are infected with the Blight, which are the enemies that we fight. If you look, instead of experience, we've got Blight, 58 out of 140. Yes, the more Blight we take on, the more our level will go up. you'll make it, Lily. Yes, you can stun enemies too, if you get that orange bar down enough. Obviously, there's always a chance of just killing them before you can stun them, but that hurt. Yeah, there's some aspect of platformer and puzzles to this as well. This guy is interesting. He's got a shield, so you gotta go around him. Attacking him head on won't do anything. Break the doors open. Don't know why you can't just open it normally. I love how Lily's just cowering behind him. She's so cute. And as you look, this is closed again. Whee! A door opens in the distance. However, there is a door here. That is a lot of water. I've only just realised that. It was practically up to her knees. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you can see how the stun works. It only lasts for a moment, but it can be enough. Now we can go all the way back around here. This game gets pretty intense once you get further along. Obviously, I'm not going to say too much about it, but yeah. That's why that guy was over there. He was protecting the exit. I always feel so bad when I dodge. She just breaks her fall with her arms. I'm gonna be so scraped up. Yeah, you can attack in midair and mess with these things. It's like a metronome. Is that just gonna keep going? No, okay. Another readable. The Parish Way. Carriers of the rot appeared from the land of snow, bringing calamity to Land's End. Said to be the ancients' revenge, the rot drove people to madness and transformed them into monstrosities. Carriers of the rot came to be known as the Blighted. Yeah, getting a bit more lore. Can't get that just yet. Tainted by the blight, never to die. We call those creatures the Blighted. And we'll save here. This scenery is just absolutely gorgeous. I cannot state that enough. It is time for the first boss fight, chat. The air is thick with the rot of the blight. Take heed. To protect her, I must. What must you do? Destroy, destroy. She's got bone wings. Here comes our first boss fight. Got a flail. But yeah, you can stun the bosses. However, they can regenerate their stun bar if you don't hit them for long enough. Yeah. Here's the second phase. Guardian Sigrid. Yeah. Okay, now the bar's gone pink. I don't quite know what that means, but you've just made yourself a bigger target. Yeah, you've got to take that moment when they're stuck to just do as much damage as you can. There we go. Rain's blood. I was supposed to protect you. And we're gonna purify her. I adored the priestess of the fount. She was our only hope against the immortal blighted. With unflinching resolve and a smile on her face, she epitomized radiant tenderness. My sister's letter informed me that the priestess was in poor health. It seemed the burden of her purification rituals was taking its toll. I couldn't rejoice at the peace she brought at the cost of her own well-being. Moreover, I couldn't forgive myself for not being able to protect her as a guardian. No, it was my own sister that was chosen for that role. Who was chosen for that role? In my darkest hour, I found solace in Lily, who was much like the priestess herself. Even if I couldn't serve her as a guardian, the least I could do was protect her. But then the rain began to fall. Cries of pain rang out in the distance. The chief guardian called it the rain of death. I gave Lily sanctuary and took my weapon in hand. The rain never let up. The cutscenes they're short, but they are so gorgeous. Swings an iron ball to attack surrounding enemies. Sub-skills have a cooldown and limited number of uses, but can be used in conjunction with other skills. Sigrid guarded the sept to protect the White Priestess Lily. Never-ending bloodshed caused her to be consumed by madness. Now we have a double jump. Yeah, now we can go back and get that thing on the floor, on the ledge. And if you look, now we're not completely pure. The blight started to change us. This soul has been purified, no longer imprisoned by the blight. Within that memory just now, the woman called you Lily. Surely that is your name. If you retrace the memories of the blighted in life, you may just remember something yourself. Yes, let's go. Oh, you can see it on my legs too. It may prove difficult, but can you carry on? Yes. Alright. Nailed it. Yeah, now we've got the double jump. Now we can go back and get that thing on the ledge. Whoop. Nailed it. Soiled prayer beads slightly increases maximum HP. A rosary worn by the White Priestess's guardian. Extensive training took place underground until someone was chosen to be her protector. Yeah. Well, you can even see the rain on the window in the background. That is just amazing attention to detail. It is so gorgeous. Yeah, we can go down, look up. Now, if we sit down and have a rest, you possess blighted spirits with skills at your disposal. Spirits can be equipped at respites. You have a relic in your possession. Relics can be equipped at respites. You may now access purified memories. Refight any previously purified boss whose memories you have viewed. So yeah, so if you've beaten someone and you want to get better at beating them, you can go here and fight them again. We're not going to do that because we still have the story to go through. Now we can equip this. Equip this. And now she appears at the bench when I'm sitting. Yeah. Now she helps us. Isn't that cool? God, look at that. You could see that in the memory. Now it's all overgrown. Look at all this. She did all this to protect us. Sigrid is built different. The White Parish. Are you alright? Don't push yourself. Take a rest. Boop. Save. You always want to save. You never know what might happen. Reign of Death, bringer of blight. Or the Reign of Death. I can't read today. Look at the skeleton of the birds. Chaos had taken the villages long before even my arrival. Or did the rain end, or the blighted? My bond with the priestess is a perennial one. I may not be able to lead the charge in this form, but my blade is yours. Thanks, man! Don't look so surprised. You think me the sort of wretch to leave a child out in this horrid rain. Let us trudge on. Now we continue. There's something over there. It's a horse! Have you met before? Not that I remember. It seems their cognizance faded before succumbing to madness. You can see the veiny patterns on her legs when she stands up straight. They don't appear to be a threat. They'd best keep your distance. Yes, keep my distance, and then immediately go up and pick up the thing I can read here. Grower's letter. Dear Bale, thank you for your continued service in ferrying the White Priestess and her guardians. So there's more than one. My son hopes to one day be a fine coachman as you, to ride as gallantly on as fine a horse. Please do call on us when you visit the parish. Blessed be the tranquil white light, Grower, chief guardian. Yeah, the Grower was mentioned in Sigrid's memory too. Now we go forward. I like to get all of them because of just the lore behind defeating them and freeing them from the blight. Oh yeah, full damage is a thing. Well, for them anyways. Double jump just makes things so much easier. God, I love this music. I want to learn how to play this music at some point. Lily may find flowers blooming with mystical power that will help her on her journey when destroyed. Red flowers, blight-wreathed red flowers, will restore spirit uses. White flowers. The blessings of magic-infused white flowers will restore prayer uses. Yeah, so if I heal myself right here, and then destroy this flower, I get it back. Pretty self-explanatory, really. You can just see how they've been rotted and mutated. Now we've got a new enemy, the Archer. They tend to be a bit easier to defeat than the Swordsman, mostly because their armor's a bit lighter. At least that's how I think about it. Whee! I really don't like that attack. It's annoying. Yeah, some attacks do go through walls and things, so you can pull a bit of a cheeky move like that. This bit. that is another thing we can't quite get yet. Much like the soiled predators, we don't quite have the correct ability to squash this yet. It won't do anything, it just kind of stays there until we can get rid of it. Ooh, there's a little mini-boss there. Get him, Sigrid. Sigrid really is built different. She held out for that long. Cliffside Hamlet Youth. Owie. Owie. There we go. Yeah, and this is how you get different spirits. You'll just find them out in the world. Ta-da! Be purified, young one. Forms an arc to leap and lands with enough force to scatter and damage surrounding enemies. Separated from his mother in the midst of a terrible storm, the boy set off for the White Parish in search of help. He never arrived. That last sentence always just absolutely crushes my heart. Just, yeah, he never arrived. Here's another thing that we can't go down yet. We can go across the top, but we can't go underneath. Hold. Something approaches. It's the horse! Or rather, it follows. I sense no clear mind. It seems to be drawn by your amulet. Perhaps they were once in service to a white priestess. Is it their desire to assist us? You priestesses are a rare breed. Yeah, now he's just kind of here. He just kind of stands there. Fast travel! Yeah, the horse and the carriage is how the fast travel works. Now they're chilling with us. Okay, now we can go back to any respite we've been to. We can't get up there just yet, and we can't go to that little dot on the very left just yet either. I would explain why, but that includes spoilers, so I'm not going to tell you how. And we got another readable. The Parish Way 2. Soldiers of the nation rose to face the blighted, but struggled in vain. In the end, the prayers of a woman in white saved the kingdom. Her words, the only thing capable of purifying and stopping the blighted. Revered by the people, this woman came to be known as the White Priestess. Yeah, I believe that is my mom. Okay, this one is orange, as you can see in the top right. So there's nothing in this area to pick up. So for now we can just go through as we please. Where's the music? Why hasn't it kicked in yet? Yeah. Nice try. Don't really need that. Cliffside Hamlet. Seems this was once a village. Yeah. Now we can do it. I was facing the wrong way. We are. Get back here. There we go. sorry about that. That was my Discord. I'm very sorry about that. Yeah, the Cliffside Hamlet music is always really nice to listen to when you're just kind of chilling, vibing. It's just so tranquil. And just the constant backdrop of the rain as well. I like that the vocals aren't dominant. They aren't dominant in the music. They're just like an accompaniment to the actual instrumental. And then when you go in somewhere like here, the girl who became a guardian lies underground. Seems we can't do anything here just yet. Can't get up there just yet. Yeah. I have more reach than you. Barrel. You just break all of the breakables you can in this game, because you don't know what you might get from them. They give you a little bit of healing, and sometimes they can have an item in that. And they give you some stuff to upgrade your spirits with. Birds can be really annoying if there's too many of them. Thank you, Sigrid. Whee! Yeah, another thing that we can't get through just yet. I really do need to remember to use that sometimes. Stagnant blight. Filthy residue shed by a purified blighted. This sorrowful muck is stagnant, but glints with a faint light, allows you to enhance your skills at residence. The stagnant blight is for the sub-skills, like Sigrid and the Cliffside Hamlet youth. But to enhance the main skills, you need, I believe, Furious Blight. Owie. That's why I don't like the birds. Because I don't have any decent long-range spirits yet. Aha. Now if you see, there's a little thing down there. Broken music box slightly reduces damage received from enemies. An old lullaby still leaks out from this music box destroyed in the heat of battle. A note is attached. Dear child, I hope to see you in Lilies. That's sweet, right? Another thing that we can't quite break yet. Some skills you can be a bit thrown through the floor like this, which can be really good if you're out of prayers and low on health, because that way you don't have to directly confront them and risk them attacking you and killing you. Sorry I haven't actually been streaming for a while. I meant to say this at the beginning, but I completely forgot. Some stuff came up, as well as a storm that came through recently. So I've been rather busy. I spy a shack over yonder. Let's rest our weary bones. I love that when you get to a respite, the instrumental just dials it back and makes it just that much more tranquil. Because you're quite literally at a respite. True Believer's Note. After the Blighted started to appear in Land's End, many religions quickly began to die out, including the True Way. Seeking hope, many flocked to the White Priestess. It is likely that the way of the White Parish arose from there and spread amongst the people. Yeah, so people will cling to any hope that they have, so it makes sense that they all turn to the White Priestess. You possess spirits that can be enhanced. Spirits can be enhanced in respites. That's my relics. Yeah. The Umbral Knight needs a special kind of soul. We'll pick those up at some point. But yeah. Seems the path leads off from here. Shall we take a look? Okay. Yeah, the map in this is pretty big. I'm not gonna lie. There are quite a few different areas. And a few different ways to get to each one, to be honest. Well, mostly. I can't talk about it too much because no spoilers, but... Birds! Lily is so brave for doing all this. Like, dang him, I wouldn't be able to. Though, to be fair, I don't have a spirit swordsman by my side. I have rogues. Owie. Bonk. Jump off the shield. Can't quite get up there just yet. Birds. Here we have another mini-boss. Ow. This one's quite annoying. There we go. If you can stun him, then you're pretty much good. Why is my model freaking out? There we go. Purify. Yeah, so the purification doesn't get rid of the blight. It seems like it more transfers the blight from the afflicted to the White Priestess. summons the spirit of the Western merchant who launches ranged attacks at enemies on sight. Which is good, which is really good because I do not have much range right now. This merchant from a western land came to Land's End peddling foreign wares. A vibrant salesman who would light up when touting his rare stock. It's a shame that he had to come here at this point in time. Yeah, look, you can see all his wares hanging up. There's some on the shelf here. I'm sure that must have been a nice place to go to at some point. This is a way down. I'm going to open that. Whee! You don't go forward, you just go up. Press. Invincibility frames! Whee! Wait, can I just go this way? I can just go through there. Whee! How did that not hit me yet? Sometimes I'm still surprised by this game. Now that is danger water. We don't want to touch that. Save me from this darkness. Bathe me in tranquil light. Okay, I got you. Now this is kind of funny. Ow. Because if they fall into the water as well, they will also not have a nice time. So honestly, you can just come through here without fighting any of them. Because they just immediately jump in the water and die. But yeah, another cool thing, if you already have full prayers and you hit a white flower, it will just heal you instead. Sneaky bugger. Yeah. Hello, good sir. Would you like to die for me? And now we're back in. Easy. Now I'm going to go equip this. Because I can, I'll announce it. Why not? Music's gorgeous. I'm sorry if I'm saying that over and over, but I really just can't state enough how amazing this game is. Surprise attack. There's 3 of them. Well, those 3. Now this is what I mean. Yeah. Ow. Yeah, if you want, you can just completely get this guy from underneath. Tricks like that can be really helpful if you're low on HP and no prayers. Yeah. Ow. Just take a moment and just immerse yourself in the music. Lovely. Once I find like a link for the actual OST, I'm definitely gonna buy it. one of the most annoying stretches. There's just so many enemies. The birds are okay. You can kind of just run by them. Attack while moving forward. That's why she jumps forward, but she can also just stand there. If you look, there is a bit of weirdness down there. This kind of jagged wall. It's because there's a secret. Punishment from the gods. This land is cursed. Here we go. Furious Blight. Filthy residue shed by a purified blighted. Steeped in rage and fury, it gives off a vengeful red light. Yeah, that's the more powerful stuff. Whee! See, if you hide here, this guy doesn't see you. I prefer to do that. The big guys can be a bit annoying. Can I make that? Yes, I can. Ow. Like I said earlier, I meant to say at the beginning of stream about why I haven't been streaming for a while. Yeah, with the storm and just things have come up. Or things did come up. They're over with now. No, I've either been too busy, too tired, or just completely forgotten to stream. Which, honestly, is my fault. It's my fault for forgetting, but... Chain of Sorcery. This is a really nice pickup. So now I'll be able to have my Braddies and the music box. Can't get up there just yet, so we'll go down this way. See how the music dialed back a bit? Adherent's letter. It is at the White Parish grounds in the catacombs where the Guardian candidates enjoy many years of training. They toil to fortify their bodies and minds to be deemed worthy of protecting the White Priestess. Selected from devotees of the church, it is said that only the 10 finest candidates will earn that honor. Now when we get into here, the music dials back even further. I really like that. Can we enhance these guys? No. Yeah, there's a button to hide the UI as well, so you can get some nice screenshots. Which I really like. Let us continue on. Look, he is a big boy. Jared, the Elder Warrior. Yeah. This guy gave me some of the most trouble on my first playthrough. I've kind of gotten used to his attack pattern by now, but it can still take me off sometimes. I always underestimate that shockwave. I always forget how far it goes. to switch over to this guy. As you can see, the uses are down to how much projectiles it has left. And then you can just turn it off whenever you please. Ow. You got it. There we go. And blood rain? Yes, blood rain. The blighted scum. How could they? How dare they? He's angry. Time to purify you. Ah, flashbang. I hear the muffled voices of the villagers outside my shack. They fear what I have become upon my return from the fortress battle. I chose to become an immortal knight to protect them all. There are days I wish I would be purified, but the priestess of the fount must not be made to carry that burden any longer. After some time, I hear voices again. But this time, they belong to the White Priestess and a child. The priestess, once but a child herself, now cuts a radiant figure. That's her! I no longer know the pleasures of joy, but despite this, my cheeks widen in a grin. When madness takes me, will this little one be made to carry the burden? I don't know how long my consciousness will hold out. But as long as I am myself, I will be a shield to protect them from harm. The pain I will endure is nothing compared to their suffering. Poor guy. Swings a heavy, powerful hammer slowly, but with force and range enough to blow enemies away. A giant of a man, once dubbed the finest knight in the kingdom, he was a symbol of glory and a hero to his village. His altruism made his demise a lonely one. How sad. Giant's hammer. Elder warrior Jared dives and unleashes a shockwave upon landing, can break pestilent ground. The greater the height, the more powerful the shockwave. After leaping up, you can perform a dive attack with Jared by pressing down and X in midair. Again, I'm playing on a Steam controller. The impact of the dive can break through crystalline ground impenetrable by normal attacks. Some crystals are tougher than others and can only be broken by diving from on high. Yeah, now we can break through those little piles of ground. You protected the village to the very end. A brave warrior indeed. Yeah, Jared's the goat. Despite what happened to him, he's like, I'm gonna protect these people until I literally cannot do it anymore. You were in his memory. Did you two visit him often? I think so. So we can continue going. I kind of feel bad for him though. He had nowhere else to go but that little shack that he talked about. Hamlet scroll. An image scrolled using pagodite. It appears to be a doodle of the White Priestess of the Fount, playing with the children of the hamlet under a radiant sun. Yes, radiant sun. Then we can go in here. I find it so sad that these guys don't attack. They just put their hands together. They're just praying for it to end. Whee! See, now we can do that. And there is a secret down here. There is another White Priestess. my sister. It seems she hid herself away with the village children. What a tragic end. Yeah, that sucks. Priestess's wish. Prayer restoration plus. A fleeting wish left behind by a white priestess at the moment of her death. That sucks. Rest now, dear priestess. Yeah, I hope she rests well. There's nothing else we can do for her, unfortunately. She's already dead. Hamlet Request 2. Warning, the catacombs are off limits. Blighted captured in Land's End are being held in the catacombs. To reduce the risk of further spread of the blight, the catacombs are off limits. Also note that harbouring individuals carrying the blight is a crime. Report any and all sightings of the blighted to the Royal Guard immediately. Yeah, it's quite obvious that they did their best to hold off the blight. Given the choice, I'd rather have lost my mind than this. I can see why. This bit is just so quiet. It's almost unsettling. Yeah, now we can go back here. Where we go to spirits. And now we can equip Jared. And, as I said earlier, Jared is now also in the Purified Memories. And the Blighted ones too. Yeah, we can just watch him whenever we please. Now if I switch over... We are! Yeah, slow but heavy. Can't go through there just yet. Because we can't swim! Hamlet Request 1. Request. Fearless warrior needed to slay large monsters in the forest. Sorry about that. Monsters have settled in the forest near the hamlet, wounding many of the knights of the king's soldiers. Don't know why I said knight. Rewards will be given for any of the fiends killed. Stand with us to protect our great nation. Knight of the Bastion, Hamel. I think that's how you say it, Hamel. Bonk! Yeah, he knocks him out in one go. Well, nearly does. Whee! Yeah, if you time it right, you can just hit them before they even get a chance. Which is good. What's that? Yeah, if you look down there, there's a little pickup in the water. Which is obviously indicative to... we will be getting a swimming ability at some point. That much is quite obvious. Yeah, Jared can go through walls and that as well. And here we have another mini-boss. Headless Defender. I wonder why he's called the Headless Defender, guys. I just realised that I forgot to put on the prayer beads. The music box. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's exactly where he started. Given the choice, I'd rather have lost my mind than this. I think you did, my guy. And knight with shield at the ready. World-time blocks will counter enemies, leaving them stunned and vulnerable. A knight who followed in the footsteps of the hero Jared. Suffering the blight upon becoming immortal took its toll. He was beheaded for attacking his fellow knights. Yeah, it seems that they became immortal to fend off the hordes of the blighted. But that obviously had consequences, and they went a little mad themselves. Can I make it? Oh. Nearly. Birds. Yeah, we can't use these in the water, so they will disappear. Get him, Sigrid. And now we can go through here again. I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, we can't get through there just yet. I swear, I get so lost. Yeah, you can see how much of the stun bar Garrett just absolutely destroys. If you hit the birds with it, you can knock them out of the sky, I think. Well, later, when they're a bit stronger. Whee! Nailed it. In the water you go. Yes, if they fall in the water, they will die, even if it's good water or not. So even if the water's clear, it will kill them. Big boy. Okay, now we can go back through here. And once we get to the middle, we can go down here. Yum. Now we can hit this. Obviously though, we can't quite get under the water just yet. But it's nice to get that out of the way. The jumps here are a bit tricky. You have to do the double jump right at the peak of the arc. Birds. There is an option to just go straight to the last respite we went to, which coincidentally is all the way back here. But we have reason to be here. First, to put that guy there. Now we can upgrade Garrett. Upgrade this guy. And we can use the fast travel to get back here. Now we can go down on the ground. Because this bit isn't all water. There is a little bit of water, but no. What a deep forest, and almost entirely submerged. Yep. Now we've got a new variant of monster. We've got the mushroom people. As if I didn't hate mushrooms enough already. They have the poison clouds. You know, because fungus. And we've got the flying dudes. We can knock these guys out of the sky, which is fun. If you do it right, you can just knock them straight into the water. It's great. Yeah, I can show off how the Headless Defender works too. It's kind of like parrying. I can't use it on that though. My timing is always so terrible. Ow. See, I swear. I can't time this for the life of me. There we go. Oh. Go away. Yeah, now we've got new music as well. Bonk. It does a decent amount of damage. I don't tend to use it, so... Yeah, wrong button. There we go. Yeah, you always gotta be careful when going down platforms like this, especially when you can't see if there's a floor below you. I keep forgetting that I have to turn my mini-map back on. Hello? I don't care about your poison cloud. Owie. Cliffside Hamlet Youth is surprisingly helpful, not gonna lie. Yeah, not close enough. There we go. Now we can bonk him. There's still so much to be done. Got a flower on her head. Makes sense though. There's a lot of vegetation around her. Okay, we've got everything in this room. Obviously there's some things that we won't be able to get until we've got abilities from later in the game. But I'm not going to talk too much about that. Bonk. In the water you go. Can I make it? Yes. Take that, you stupid bird. Poison does so much damage, I absolutely hate it. Gotta get up there. Bonk. Can I make it? Yes. Whee. I keep saying that, oh my god. A broken record at this point. I swear, I've never hated birds more than in this game. Okay, a respite. Good. I need to get my prayers back. I've seen this flower before. What flower? Where did I see it? Umbral Knight, there is only There is only mushrooms around here. And trees. This bench is surprisingly clean. Put that on before I forget. Okay, now we're gonna go back this way. Attack with the dive as well, which is really cool. Yeah, we'll probably keep going up until about the boss of this area, maybe. It depends on how long it takes. The dogs, it was just so bad getting the dogs. I like dogs. Break the pots! Whee! You're just going to fall into the water. I can knock him into the water! Woo! Oh, I hit the floor. There's gonna be stuff in the water here. Yeah, I won't be able to get everything in this room just yet. Whee! Belly flop. That's gotta hurt. Yeah, as for the thing to the very left by my spirit, the selected spirits, that's something that will come later, just in case you're wondering about what it was. This tree is so gorgeous. I wish it would just let me look at it. Coven Handbook. The Coven is a place for sorcerers who seek deeper knowledge of magic and the abyss. We help the jointly established White Parish and aid in blighted eradication when needed. You must meet the approval of multiple sorcerers to join. Researching forbidden arts such as the magic of the ancients, wielding a weapon in the tower, and leaking intel to other nations are prohibited. Fair enough. Everyone's got their own rules. There exists a place known as the Coven somewhere beneath us. The path forward may be flooded, but we must go on. Yeah, I wonder how long it's been raining. Can I hit that? No. I've never actually tried that. Yeah, up this way. Break the pots. Yeah, there's so many different ways to get around. Boop. Ow. Pots. Nailed it. Whee. I love this animation. If anyone can remember what the animation is called, the way they do this, please let me know. I've completely forgotten. Oh boy. Do you see this pot, chat? This pot is a bit darker than the others because it contains a secret. There's an enemy in there. Owie. Very strong enemy. Need a leg. Yeah, you always gotta be careful for those pots from here on out. Because if they're a bit discoloured from the other ones, it's got a bad guy in it. Jack in the Box. Fungal saucer. Mushroom man. Can you not? I wish this guy would let us teleport like that, but no, we just get the fart card. I was so close to seeing her again. What you doing, my guy? Generates a toxic mist that reduces enemy health over time. Damage from the mist cannot be blocked. The sorcerer learned much on his travels beyond the bounds of Land's End. Despite his return home, he never did make it to the coven where his lover awaited. Aww. He's just trying to get back to his lover. Lover's letter. To my darling, upon reading your letter, I have decided to return. I have seen and learned much on this half-year journey outside the coven. I ache to tell you of the scorching sand dunes, strange creatures, and so much more. I will be back soon with your souvenir. All my love, Melville. Oh. Well, they kept in touch at least. Oh. Whee! Furious Fight. Is that everything here? Yes, it is. I can never remember what's in here and what isn't. The fact that I can't knock them into their own toxic mist is kind of boring. But oh well. That's everything up there. The birds! So many birds. I nearly died. Can I drop from here? No, I've never actually tried dropping from there. I want to go up here so that we can go unlock the door. Yeah, there's just a drop there. That leads to the down area from where we are. But that's not where I want to go right now. So we've got to break these. That's why you gotta break all the pots. I always forget where these things are, so I'm always pleasantly surprised when I see them again. Yeah, there will be bits of water to help you get back up. Now, with this door open, we can just go up and around again. So, I don't want to go down quite just yet. I want to go to the right first. If I can. I can't remember what I need. A little run. This is just doing her best. It would appear I can't get over there just yet. I guess I have to go down then. I love these backgrounds. They're so well done. And the way they blend in with the foreground is I love it. Go away, you stupid bird. Whee! Oh, you can see there's some water here. When you go into it, you'll just go up. made it. Covered in sun. Yeah, it seems pretty flooded to me, my guy. Yeah, I can't control where I go. I can just go left and right when in that water. No, you don't. Oh! A bunch... some things just fell over in my room. Oops. Just pick this back up. There we go. Can I get up there yet? I don't think I can get up there yet. You were annoying. My timing is terrible. That's why I don't use the Headless Defender much, because I can never get the timing right. Okay, now we're back here. What's on this left side? Level up. I think I remember what's in that box, but I can't be too sure. Can I get up there? Yes, I can. Oh, you son of a... Manisa's ring. Nice. Slightly increases spirit uses. Very helpful. A relic left behind by the ancients and kept in the coven. Once treasured by a woman fond of flowers. An enchantment on this old ring causes it to glow when held by a white priestess. Yeah, that's because I'm the only person that can use the spirits. Oh, I fell. Oop. Oh, you... I don't have any prayers. Don't think I can make that. No, I can't. Can I hit you guys from here? Doesn't seem like it. Oh, I don't like you. Please be a respite. Oh, thank goodness. We're kind of just absolutely blitzing through this. Yeah, I'm gonna swap you out. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that and put that there instead. Yeah, now we've got 21 uses of the Hamlet Youth instead of the 18. Did I break these? Pretty sure I know. Whee! Bonk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's blue though. I can't remember what I'm missing. What could I be missing? I got the thing from up there. Oh, it's gonna be up there, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be up there. Ah! That's what I'm missing. it up there just yet, though. What's through here, then? Ah. Twould seem I can't get through here yet. Yeah, I can't go through here just yet. Can't swim yet. This is just really pretty. I feel like this is some sort of window, and out there it's just absolutely flooded. That's what it seems like to me. Sorcerer's Notes. I have been studying the texts of the ancients. Didn't the handbook say that's forbidden? And it appears that there is the possibility of a connection between the Blight and one particular branch of their magics. If we could decipher more of the old texts we found in the Blighted Lands, we could pursue this thread further. Isn't that, like, not allowed? According to the handbook. Bonk! I hit him that way, but he went that way. What? Garrett, you're breaking physics. There we go. I'm pretty sure you pronounce his name as Garrett. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but... Oh, I want to knock him into the water. Damn it. Knocked him into the water, oh my god. Garrett, what are you doing? Yeah, the reason I'm using a Steam controller instead of mouse and keyboard, because it is possible. And I just wasted one of my prayers, okay. But yeah, it is possible. You can see the buttons change. I just tend to prefer using a controller over mouse and keyboard. Oh, Jesus. The elevator. And down it comes. How pretty, it's got all flowers on it. Voila! Secret room. Whee! Pull the elevator again. This doesn't look like it'd be comfortable to stand on, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Again with the toxic gas. Stop it, please. I don't like it. Bonk. Oh, not you again. I don't like these guys. Oh, there's one of the discolored parts. Hey, thanks for breaking the pots for me. We are. See, when you hit these guys under the floor like this, it kind of messes with their animation a little bit. Another chain of sorcery. Fuck. Ow. You can get around these guys easy enough if you just keep dodging every couple attacks. Like, and then you dodge, and you dodge. You should be fine. What's down here? Ah! Ooh, yes, 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 yes. This is my favorite. This is my favorite probably because, in my opinion, it's one of the strongest blighted spirits you can get. Especially once it's fully leveled. The Floral Sorceress. No. Oh yeah, this is the fungal sorcerer's lover. Harness the wind to blow away enemies before you. The charming sorceress, beset by grave illness, spent her days alone. Amongst flowers, she patiently waited for her lover's return. He left to seek a cure for her, but she only wished to be with him for what little time was left. That's sad. She just wanted to be with him, but he couldn't get back in time. Yeah, the Floral Sorceress is, in my opinion, one of the strongest blighted spirits you can get. So it's always good to pick that one up as early as you can. Well, I guess theoretically you don't even need Garrett to be down here. Because it's not really, there's not really any postulant ground apart from that one in the area with the fungal sorcerer, so... Let's heal, so we can equip our Floral Sorceress. Yeah, now I've got them all to level 2. All of the ones that I pick up from now on will be at least level 2. And now she's there. I don't know why I'm yawning. Yeah, look at the flower that's growing on her. Can I enhance any of these? Yes, I can. Do that. No, I can't level up anymore. Yeah, now I've got a combo attack for Garrett. Slams it down. Garrett, the big boy. Oh, we've got more blighted water now. Kinda glad I have the Western Merchant on now. I can just stand here. He does most of the work for me. Thanks, man. I wanna knock him into the water. It's always satisfying when you knock him into the water. That is why I think she is so strong. She just absolutely shreds their stun bar. Amulet fragment, don't mind if I yes. How do I get back? There we go. Can't get through there just yet. Gotta go up and around. There we go. And when he's in the air, he'll just swing it down and back up again. Pretty cool. Yeah, I like to make 2 sets with my spirits. I like to have a fast speed attacking set and then a slow speed attacking set. So that I can change my style depending on what the enemy is. Because if it's a rather slow moving enemy, then I can I can be a bit more lenient and go for the slower but stronger attacks. Like for these guys that don't move, I can just... But in case of... let's say the armor dudes. They have shields and stuff, so it doesn't matter how hard I hit them if it just gets blocked by the shield. So I go for the more faster, agile set, so that I can obviously get around them faster. Knock him into the water! Don't mind if I yes. Okay, that's everything in this room. Hey! Oh, before we do that, gotta open this. What is down here? I wanna knock him into the water. Talk! Yeah! I love smacking him into the water, it's so nice. Ow. Yeah, aquatic skills can't be used, well, non-aquatic skills can't be used in the water. Ah! Owie owie. No, leave me alone. How far down here can I go? Okay. Yeah, non-aquatic skills can't be used in the water. See, I can do all this, but once I switch to this, I can't use Gerard or the Wandering Merchant. Which is why having 6 different spirits in your sets is preferable. Yeah. Owie. Ow. That was very nice. Still can't go down there. Yeah, I can't dash either. Well, I can't dodge. This isn't really a dash, it's more just throwing yourself on the floor. I opened this door here. And full damage. Never underestimate the power of fall damage. Now I can open this. Perfect. Hey. Ooh. I'm at a respite. Nice. Is there anything here? Yes, there is. The parish weighs 3. Witnesses of the priestess's miracles knew they had found their savior. They spread word of her blessing, and slowly the White Parish took form. The White Parish worship no god. Rather, they follow the guidance of the White Priestess, living so as to not fall prey to the blight. Theirs is a peaceful existence, with days spent praying for tranquility over those who have been purified. Sounds nice? Can we enhance anything? Yes, we can. You're level 3 now, Sigrid. The way she just stood there, she looks so resigned. Whee! And I believe... yeah, the next boss is through here. This is definitely a versatile boss. Dark Witch Lane. If you remember, we saw some letters from her in the very beginning. Ow. Ow. She is a sorceress. A witch. Just a heal. No, you don't. Yeah, I can't go through that. That is very much bad for my health. I like to stack the Floral Sorceress with Secret. Because together they just do an absolute ton of damage. Eh. Of course. Like that. Ow. Oh boy, here we go. Now she's angry. Ah. She's got sneak attacks too. She'll always come up behind you, so you want to be careful of that. Well, most of the time. That's pretty easy enough to dodge. Ow. I got distracted. Yeah, that's pretty easy enough to dodge if you can just figure out where the gaps are. I can do it. There we go. Oh, the hat fell off. Hey, are you in there? I still don't know what she means by that. Flashbang again. The coven is lost. The place I fought so hard to protect. Everything I built up by my own hand brought to ruin. I risked everything to protect her. Freysia, the only friend I've ever known. I yearn only for your safety. Even now, I remember the day you eased the suffering of what was once my mother. The day you became the priestess of the fount, Freysia. Such precious time was taken from us, never to be returned. I continued my research in the hope that it may have eased your burden. But it was all for naught. That folly has become my own burden. I'll carry it to protect this place, at least until this horrid rain ceases to fall. I devoted my time to refining this magic. Now is the time to put it to use. Dark Witch Elaine fires ranged arcane projectiles. Projectiles will home in slightly on enemies in front of you. Elaine was raised in a coven of witches and is hailed as a gifted sorceress at an early age. Meeting the priestess eased her anxieties and loneliness. Witch's bubble, we can swim now! While in water can move, attack and dodge. Black magic wielded by Dark Witch Elaine that allows one to submerge, attack and evade in any direction in blighted waters. Yeah, some spirits cannot be summoned underwater. Though she may fade, the ward protecting this coven shall ever remain. May you rest in peace. I find it slightly morbid that their corpses just kind of stay there. We could go all the way back to the first few rooms and go back to see Guardian Sigrid. We can swim, boys! First things first. We are putting you there. Get rid of the red dots on there. Can't enhance you just yet. Can we enhance anything else here? No. Alright. We'll continue until we hit the 2-hour mark, I think. And now, we can fast travel back to the crossroads, I believe it was. Hello, horsey! What are we gonna name the horse, guys? Now, we can go down here. Find an amulet fragment. See, this is what I mean by Hollow Knight meets Bloodborne. Kind of Metroidvania type. Ah, yeah. And there's the postulant ground here too. I believe it's here? Nope. I went a bit too far. I think I went a bit too far. Yep. I either go too far or not far enough. Yeah, see, he's just here. Ta-da! Now we're gonna train a sorcerer. Doubling back in this game is really important. And I like that. Because you get to enjoy the scenery and everything all over again. And now, we have a lot more range. Alright. I believe... yeah, we can go anywhere on the left bit here. Knock him in the water! Oh, he hit the floor. Whee! See, now we can get rid of these. There's these guys now too. They're fish people. Again, 2 hits and a dash is pretty much good for these guys. These guys are still here, which is annoying. Yeah. I really don't like these guys. Hello, I'm under the water. Please help. Owie. Pretty sure there's a bit over here I haven't explored yet. Aha. This looks like a research room. Like a potion room. Glorious blight. And you can just kinda... just vibe. How did I dodge that? What? What I want to do is try and unlock the door on the left. Now we can beat these guys at their own game. Get rid of that. Tarnished picture. A picture of the White Priestess of the Fount. It appears that the White Priestess was allowed entrance to the Coven, a place usually exclusive to sorcerers, and a magical tool was made there for her. How fascinating, am I right, chap? Oh yeah, I wanted to go back down here anyways. See, this is a timed one. For that door just there. We've got to be real quick. Ignore all these guys. They are unimportant. We are. So we just made it. Ooh. Oh yeah, this bit. Now this kind of shows you how weak you really are right now. 'Cause this leads to a place you don't need to be in for a while. Ow. See how strong these sorceresses are getting? Is sorceresses a word? Ow. See how strong they're getting. Owie. Owie. Hidey hole. I'm just gonna ignore these guys. You see that? That is going to be very common in the area in front of it. Can I make it in time? I've never actually tried. No, can't even get there yet. Look at it, it's so gross. Let's go back to the respite. Yeah, that is where a different area is. Okay. We can in fact swim in the blighted waters, but not gonna do that. It is not good for my health. Ow. Bonk! In the water you go. Instead, we are gonna see if we can get all the way to the right. Yeah, can you not? just yet. No! Yeah, an easy way to avoid that is to just... Instead, we are going to hop around these guys. Ow. And just go straight to the elevator. Yes, I say elevator. Okay, can't get through there just yet. Gotta go down here first. Okay, now we can dodge in this. We can go down as well, instead of just being forced to go up. Nailed it. Eh. That scared me for a second. Yeah, like I said, just 2 hits and a dodge. Easy. Pop that. Is this where I think it is? 'Cause if so, we won't be able to get through there for a while. Yep. What we want to do instead is go through this area. Because now, if I'm right about where I am, which I'm probably not, which I am not. Ah, okay, I realised where I went wrong. The fact that they can make it seem like that bench is part of the background is really clever. Here we go. I want a picture of this tree, just so I can use as my desktop background, because it is gorgeous. It's the right of here we want to go. At least I think it is. Like I said, I get lost easily. Invincibility frames! Can I even make it? No. But you will no longer have to see me be lost for a while, because we have hit the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to cut it here. As I promised in the beginning, we're going to watch the prologue before we finish. The previous happy times. How pretty. It's me! And now it's sad. Flowers looking a little bit pink there. The dilapidated houses. Now it's red with blight. And that's where we first come out. They don't even need any words. You can just tell that something has happened. To save, we are going to go to the title screen. Yes, that was the first part of Ender Lilies. Like I've said, I absolutely cannot suggest this game enough if you like games like Hollow Knight. It is just absolutely amazing. The story, the visuals, the combat. It is absolutely incredible. 10 out of 10. Thank you all for tuning in. It was very nice to have you here. And I will see you all next week. Bye bye!